Warning! This video contains spoilers for Persona 5 Royal. If you have not made it to the 5th palace, I strongly suggest that you turn away from this video to avoid spoilers. You have been warned.
Hello everybody, my name is Helios, and if you're anything like me, you've been enjoying Persona 5 Royal to the fullest extent. I know I have. Now, amongst all of the new features Atlus introduced in Royal is the new mechanics for each palace's boss fights. And up until Okumura's palace, I gotta say, they've been challenging, but not frustrating to the point where I want to throw my controller at the TV and start smearing shit all over the walls. But now Okumura's boss fight has a new mechanic. Okumura will spawn waves of robots, and the robots need to be defeated within 2 rounds. If this condition is not fulfilled, the robots will flee and new ones are spawned, meaning you have to do this all over again. After countless defeats, I resorted to decreasing the difficulty from normal to easy. It even bought the level 90 DLC Persona Messiah Picaro, but neither one of those helped me get even close to the end of the battle. So I gave up on the thought of trying to figure this out by myself and searched high and low for a superior strategy. That's when I came across a comment by the Reddit user HeroAkiZ, who shared a trick that proved to be quite useful. So I am giving full credit to HeroAkiZ for this video idea. I even went the extra mile to silver his comment on Reddit. So here is the trick for making the whole fight easier. Note: this will not work if you have changed your difficulty to safe. Open the menu, go to System, and then Config. From there, scroll all the way down and change your difficulty to Merciless. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what is the purpose of this? Doesn't this only make the fight more difficult? And the short answer is yes, but no. You see, the only difference between hard and merciless is that crit, weak, and technical damage will be amplified threefold. So for example, if Morgana hits an enemy with a weakness for the wind element with Garula, on hard he might deal 150 damage. But on Merciless, all weak damage is amplified 3 times, so therefore he would deal 450 damage. But remember that this is a two-way street, so enemies that crit, weak, or technical you will also deal 3 times the original damage. That's why I don't suggest that you use a persona like the Carabia who is weak to physical. You'll just get your asshole slapped if the enemy lands a hit on you. Now I'm going to show the loadout that I used to defeat Okumura. It shouldn't be anything special, so you can see that it doesn't take much finesse to take him down. For your party, I would suggest that you'll run the following: Joker, Ryuji, An, and Haru. This will make sense in a little bit once we get to the strategy. All of my party members are either level 44 or 45. Here are all the personas in my roster, but the most important ones are Isis and Hecaton Kairis for blessed damage, and Ara Mitama for Agalio, Mafrela, and Zayanga. As for consumables, I have an inventory full of Magatamas that I never used. These deal 50 damage of a certain element that can be used by any member of the party. If you don't have these, some you can craft at LeBlanc and some you can find in mementos. Personally, the ones I will be using are the ones that deal shock, sigh, curse, and wind damage. You don't need to use these specific ones as the enemies don't have only one weakness. You can also use, for example, fire, nuke, and bless Magatamas accordingly to hit the weaknesses, but we will talk about those a tad later. If possible, have 4 of each element, that'll get you far. For other consumables, I use Bombs of Life to revive fallen teammates. If you have Recarm or Sama Recarm for An or Haru, that'll work too. I also use beads and bead chains to fully heal teammates. Now let's talk about the strategy that will help you deal the most damage and yield the most results. If you have not figured this out yet, using baton passes any chance you get is imperative, as baton passes will increase your damage output. That's why you need all those consumable damage dealers to proc all baton passes. Let's use the third wave's red lanky robots to demonstrate how to put this strategy into action. We know that these robots' weaknesses are both nuke and electricity, so the main damage dealer could either be Ryuji, since he can cast Mazayanga, or Joker, since he can cast Mafrela. The idea is to have either of those party members to be the last one to receive the baton, so that they have the biggest damage steroid. Here is how I personally did it. Had Ryuji cast Zayanga, passed baton to Haru, who used Shock Magatama or a stun gun, passed baton to An, who also used a Shock Magatama or a stun gun, and then I finally passed the baton to Joker, who used Mafrela to deal massive damage to all opponents. Wave cleared. One thing I should mention here is that I fucked up by downing all of them before casting the finishing spell. The idea is that Joker should have casted Mafrela with one enemy still standing, so that you can down the last opponent with Mafrela and you get to go another turn if all the opponents don't end up dying on the first cast. Rinse and repeat until you get to the executive director, who is the big black robot. Director does not have any weaknesses, but you should try to land as many shock attacks on him as possible. This is because you can proc technical damage by either shooting or using physical attacks on him while he is shocked. If the director casts Big Bang Order, have all the party members guard and pray to anime Jesus that you don't get KO'd. Heal accordingly afterwards. The last opponent is Cognitive Haru. The fight is practically over at this point. Just fight with her normally, and when she receives a sacrifice order from Okumura, have all guard except for one, who will heal Joker if his health is low, and she will self-destruct. After that, just land hit on Okumura, and just like that you have defeated him. If you'll be good on your own to try this strategy, then good luck. If you want to stick around, I will have the full fight play out, where I do kind of like a live commentary so you can see the rationale for all my decisions. Without further ado, let's hop into the full fight.
The world is yours.
Hello everybody and welcome to the live commentary of the Okumura fight. I apologize in advance if it's going to be a little bit choppy, but I'll do my best. So I'm just skipping all of the dialogue because I've heard this like a million fucking times by now. Alright, let's see. And if I have like these really long pauses for some reason, it's probably because I'm doing some very precise arithmetics. So first off we have Joker use Agilao, or however it's pronounced, to proc baton pass once. And then I pass the baton to On, so that she can cast, what is it called? Maraji or whatever it's called. Maraji On, so we can take out the rest of the first wave. Alright, done and dusted. 6 more to go or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm drinking water at the same time because as I was recording that previous segment, my voice got all raspy and shit, so I had to get something to lubricate my throat with. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, I probably should have the weaknesses somewhere up so that I can... So the second wave, yellow robots, the weakness should be Sai. So I'll use a Sai Magatama on the first one, and then I pass it off to who? Ryuji apparently. And let me guess, I will use a Sai Magatama on the next one. Yes, that seems to be the case. Yeehaw. Then I pass the baton to... Wow, Haru. Then I have her cast Masayo, which will deal massive amounts of damage. Alrighty, red Lanky robots, and their weakness is Nuke and electricity, as you saw from the demonstration. So, let's see. What will I do? Alright, using Shock Magatamas. And for some fucked up reason I couldn't pass the baton. Oh, right! I probably could have passed the baton because it was still Haru's first turn or something like that. Well, anyway. Now I'm here as Ryuji, and I'll have him use Sayonga on one of them. There we go. Pass the baton to Haru, who will now be able to pass the baton onwards. And since Haru doesn't have anything to hit the weakness with, I'll just have her use the Shock Magatama as well. Mind you, stun gun will work as well. And then pass the baton to On. Use a Shock Magatama to down. And then pass the baton to Joker. And then Mafrela to hit the weakness and to deal that massive damage. Look at that, almost 900. Alright, blue Lanky robots, 4th wave. Their weaknesses will be Wind and Bless. Righty, what will I do? I will probably use Wind Magatama. Or something like that, probably. I don't know what I'm looking for here. The Wind Magatama is all the way up here. There we go. One thing that I should have taken into account is that one of them got a defense increase. So I should have taken care of that, but I think everything worked out in the end. So I passed the baton to Ryuji. Have him use the Gale Magatama as well. Pass the baton to Haru. And I probably will have her do the same thing. Yes. So now that we have one more standing, I pass the baton to Joker and I have him use the deal bless damage to all that Isis has, I think. Yeah, Makoga apparently. So now with this I will deal damage to all and I will down the last one, which will give me another go. Like so. And there's still one standing, the one that got the defense buff. And you really don't want to fuck around here, because if something happens, then you'll have to do this all over again, which is something that occurred to me a couple of times. And then I just cast a heavy bless attack with Hecaton Kyres, or however you pronounce it. Fifth wave. Big green robots. Their weaknesses are Curse and Sigh. So let's do something about that. I'll probably use, yeah, the, what is it called? Curse Magatama or Curse Bomb. Either one will do. So Ryuji cast Curse Bomb on the first one. Pass baton to, I can only imagine, On. Or, no, to Joker. Alright, great. Pass to On. Oh yeah, and in the end I'll have Haru do Masayo. There we go. Pass the baton to Haru. And do just that. Oh, and one thing worth mentioning is you could have probably done triple down too, but I don't know if how that would have worked out, so just went with Masayo. Just do what I do and you should be good, I think. So one is still standing. And as you can see, they're very tough if you're not hitting their weaknesses. That's why the hitting the weaknesses is so imperative and getting those baton passes. So here is the big black one. What is it? The executive director. So here I was an idiot and I totally forgot about hitting the technical, but here, as you can see, that here I inflicted him with the shock, but like the idiot I am, I kept casting Sayo and Agilao and all of those attacks when I should have been using the firearms and physical attacks. So don't do what I did, just have Joker and Ryuji cast Zayonga, or you can even use the, what is it, the shock Magatama, because that has a chance of inflicting shock as well. So you can have Haru or On use those. The main idea is that you get the shock on the enemy. And if you have hunger, you can have On or whoever is afflicted by it or affected by it, you can have them do like some supportive maneuvers like healing or using Tetrakarn or whatever, Makarakarn or something. Like I did, I don't know what the fuck I was trying to accomplish here. As you can see, the monster recovered and took down Haru, but that is quite okay because I have an inventory full of revive consumables. Alright, let's see how long it'll take for me to realize that I can use the firearms too. Is it here? No. I use this turn to, I think, revive Haru. Yes. Alright, my microphone keeps fucking up for some reason, so I gotta bring it all the way up so that I don't, so that the audio quality will not suffer. As you can see, Haru almost died again. So I'll probably have like I'll have Ryuji cast Zayonga and An have cast Bomb on her, I think. No wait, Bomb, not Bomb, but Bead. Right, yeah. Hooray, my hypothesis was correct. As you can see, it's really easy to just wait here and or like commentate here and wait for something interesting to happen. Okay, so Big Bang Order is happening, so I'll have everybody guard and hope, pray to RNGesus that none of us die, because that would very much put the kibosh on this whole operation and we would have to start all over again. As you can see, I'm on the brink of death, but luckily I have a bead chain which I can cast and everybody will be at full health, just like that. Alright, I still have not gotten the memo. I'm almost at half the enemy's health and I still have not realized that I can inflict technical damage. So don't do what this dummy does, and definitely do utilize that technical damage, because that's what's gonna... I mean, it's not wrong to do it like this, it'll just take a hell of a lot more time and your increases, or your chances of the time running out or everybody wiping is increased. So definitely do keep that in mind. Otherwise this is just a viable strategy, but not the most pragmatic one, if you will. What am I looking for now? Oh yeah, this is where I realized that I can probably use Aramitama to cast Zayonga and have higher chances of inflicting shock on the executive director. So here we go with the shock, and then I pull out my GAT. Come on, do it. There we go, and look at this damage. Crazy, almost 400 damage, compared to like below 100 that An dealt with a Galio, or whatever the fuck it's called, I can't remember the names. With one clip, look at that, 5,500 damage. 5,500, I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but so be it. So as you can see, my damage output went from literally nothing to something. And as you can see, all physical attacks work just fine. I wouldn't advise you to use like melee attacks, because with that you have a chance of inflicting shock on yourself, and that would not be favorable. And as you can see, the robots are running out, and Okumura is like, damn it, what will I do now? And he will go to the extent of, or he will go as far as to sacrifice her own daughter to save himself. So the last portion of the fight, which is this right here, you could probably just like cast like normal attacks on the cognitive Haru and be okay. You just kinda gotta like kill time until Haru gets the command to self-destruct, which is when you will guard as Joker and then have somebody heal you if you're not at full HP, because the last thing you would want right now is to have Joker die, and thusly you would wipe and you would have to do this shit all over again. Alright, there we go. I don't know how they can like advise you to like try to kill cognitive Haru before she can self-destruct, because I don't think she has any weaknesses, I don't think, and she will self-destruct on the next turn. So I don't know how that would work in practice, but so be it. Okay, so here I have Joker guard, as I said, and I have everybody else guard too, so that they receive the maximum, or so that they receive XP, because if they fall or die or whatever, then they will not be eligible for receiving the XP. And as you can see, everything panned out just fine, and now I landed the coup de grace on Okumura, and the fight is there. Bingo bango bongo. So, thank you everybody for watching the video. I hope this helped. If it helped, please leave me a like, and if this didn't help, or if you disliked the video, remember to absolutely demolish that dislike button. Without anything else, I guess, left to say, good luck and thank you for watching.